Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Alright, so I said, I warned you, I thought I wanted to make a couple of different kinds of envelope journals. And I guess here's number 2. I'm not waiting any time. Okay, so I've got all my awesome envelopes out here. And so I'm going to take on this style. Let's see. Well, first I saw, of course, Teddy Treasures, Tanya at Teddy Treasures doing it. And she said her inspiration was Izzy B. Craft Creations. So I'm going to link both of their initial videos for their projects down below in case you want to follow along with them and do your own as well. I'm going to take my own little spin on this from theirs. I know everybody does their own slightly differently. So I'm going to do my own slightly differently. So I'm just going to pull out various different sizes and shapes of envelopes here. Get some of my hair in there too. And the premise of this is really to use up your junk mail envelopes and stuff. So I have quite a few of these taller ones. Let's not show my address to everybody. Didn't realize I had that. I will edit that out and make it blurry. Okay, so I've got a bunch of voting ones here. Got some with some really cool sized openings. Let's see. I don't know how many openings I want, but there's some of those. Now, I'm also going to take some of these that aren't coffee dyed. These are like for a birthday or greeting card. And, well, this one might be interesting to try and use. I think I'm going to pull one more of these out. And then I'm also going to pull some of these. 2 of these, I think. So let's do, ooh, that one's cool. So let's do 2 of those. And then I have some of these that are, I feel like I've got way too many now. But, actually, no, I don't want to do that one. I want to choose like one like this that's made to look like paper, and then maybe this one because it's kind of a slightly different color. No, not that one either. I'm being very picky now, you guys. Okay, so what's this one? Actually, let's just go with this, and I'll start here, and we can add more later if I feel like I need some more. Okay, so what am I doing? Well, let me show you. Okay, so this journal is the kind where you fold your envelopes that are, I'm just checking to make sure it's nothing of my personal information. This is the kind where you're going to fold them like this, so that this way, this will be in your spine, and then you can use both sides as tuck spots. So this one's going to be chock full of pockets and journaling cards and things. So, and I apologize, I have a very bored little kitty cat who feels like his mission in life right now is to jump up onto my crafting table. So let's all just be prepared for that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold all these, and then I'll meet you back here after I'm done. Okay, so as you saw, all I did was fold all of my envelopes in half, except for these 2. I'm going to keep these, I think. Well, do I want to do it that way? No, I think I will fold these in half, and we'll just have some taller, skinny, or some skinnier pages. And then I just went and used my bone folder to really crease those in the middle. And get them ready to be pages in our journal. So at this point, I don't know how, I feel like you guys are probably far away. I probably need to pull the camera down just a little bit. So, okay, let me do that really quick here. Make sure you're also not crooked. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. I have to do this every time, you guys. Okay, so, yeah, now you can see a little bit better. All right, so, now at this point, we have all these flaps that I'm going to have to decide if I want to keep or not. And in this case, it's a really nice little flap. So, just to make it easy, I'm going to cut a little sliver like this on all of them so that when they're in the journal, they're gonna open like that. And actually, you could probably do a little bit less than even that. Ideally, they would match up as far as angle goes on both sides, but I'm not gonna worry so much about that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that for all of these, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I think I have a few more envelopes than I probably really need for this journal. But let's go ahead and start building my signature. So I've got a couple of longer ones. I'm gonna put those over here. Got two of these. These are about the same size. And we have two of those. Okay. So I may need to do two signatures, which would be fine. Actually, let me just count. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we could do two signatures of 6 envelopes each. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start with this one. And I want to kind of stagger these, I think, in height so that they'll be kind of fun and different, interesting heights, I guess, like a junk journal. So let's see, let me do that. So let's go up higher with this one, and then down lower with that one. Throw that one in there. Coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's do 6. This one in the middle. That one's quite the thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clip these together so that they don't go traveling on me. You know what? I could go taller. I could, let's see, let's stagger this just a little bit more down. And then, yeah, okay, I like that better. Okay, so there is signature number 1. Now, now let's do signature number 2. So, kind of started up high. Could go like this. We need this tall one in here to kind of help measuring for height now. Okay. Help keep things stable. Okay, so let's do this one. Actually, no, let's do this one down here. We'll go with that one in the middle, sorta, and then actually let's do that one there, and then this one can go kind of in the middle. I don't like that either. Scoot you back up. I think I liked having this one a little further down, and then let's go, yes, let's go like that. Okay, so signature number 2. Now let me double check and make sure these are the same height, and they are. Okay. So I might change the height slightly. They look a little bit tall, but I like having the staggered height because, I don't know, I feel like these are going to get chunky. It's a little weird not having papers in between. I may go ahead and add a paper in there, here and there. But for now, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's just measure and see what our height is on this. So we've got, 8.5 inches. That's a wide enough. So 5.5 inches wide. Okay, so that's about the standard size for a journal. Sorry, my rulers are doing weird things. Okay, so now we're going to have all kinds of journaling cards to put into these, but first I feel like I need to make my cover and then sew these in, and then we can go from there. So I guess now that I say that, I'm not going to have any papers in between, so it's just going to be envelopes, which is totally fine. Okay, so we had 8.5 high by 5.5 wide. Hold on, let me double check. Yep, 5.5 wide by 8.5 high. So for my cover, I'm gonna want 8.25 high by 8.75 high by 5.75 wide. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, cover 8.75 high by 5.75 wide, and our spine is yet to be determined. Okay, so I got that up there, saved, ready to go. I'm wondering if I pulled this. So this is just some Amazon packaging it's a big old envelope from Amazon, and all I've done is I've removed the other side of this. So this would be the inside when you get it in the mail. And actually, I'm going to use the other one because this is the way that it looks on the inside, and I want to seal that up. So here's the flap to shut it. So what it looked like was this. So here's what it looked like. All I did was very carefully with my fingers go along the inside and peel the two apart on that side, peel them apart on this side, and then you can easily just tear straight down the middle at the bottom. So yeah, I'm going to save this one for another time since that's all enclosed and I don't have to worry about things leaking out. Okay, so what was I doing? Alright, so let me measure how wide this is just to kind of see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 inches wide. And we would need 5.75 wide times 2. So that's basically 12 inches. So this is definitely wide enough. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. And then that'll give us plenty of room for a spine. So now all I have to do is measure for the height, which that's not going to be changing at all. Okay, so here's my bottom. I'll put that on the number 13 line. I know you guys can't see that, but so we need 8.75 wide. I'm gonna go ahead and mark 8.75, which would be here, and then also down here. 8 3/4, which would be there. Now, I'm just going to make it easy on myself and shift this over to be on an inch line. Normally I would be using a different cutting mat, but we can make this work. Okay, so the wonderful thing about this packaging is that it's super easy to work with, and it's got great sound. For all of you ASMR people. I know I'm ruining it by talking right now. Okay, so I'm going to save this for another journal. Now, let's just see how these will sit in there. I'm guessing I'm going to probably want at least an inch for a spine. So an inch would be, actually, let's just measure 1/2 inch on either end, on either side of, I know guys, math is not fun for us journalers, but sometimes we just gotta do it. Okay, so there's my inch. Now here's my other inch. And now I'm going to fold on both of those lines very carefully on both sides, making sure I'm still straight. Okay, got those started, so now I'll just really make sure and do them. What is going on over here? I moved some stuff around and now it's all messed up back there. Okay. Do that on both sides. Reinforce our spine. Alright, now what I like to do is take a bit of thicker cardstock. It doesn't need to be super thick. What I like to use is, this is like from packaging or something, but it needs to be the height of whatever your journal is. So let's see. Nope, a little bit taller. Also, file folder would be good if you have some file folders handy. Here's one. This will work. It doesn't matter that it's bent in the middle. So, okay. So let me mark this, and then we need. I'm going to go just inside those two lines, like so, and then I'm going to use my trimmer. I'm hurrying because it's like 1:30 in the afternoon and I still haven't had lunch. So I'm kind of like at the point where I really need to eat something. And I know it's going to take a minute to heat up whatever it is that I'm going to eat for lunch and all that good stuff. So I'm like, okay. But I also have the syndrome of don't stop until you're done. Oh. Actually, my thinking on that is if I can bust this out right now, I can kind of relax for the rest of the day, or at least for a little while, until I really have to do something else. So, okay. So, at this point, I will glue this down inside the spine, like so. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to just use this glue. This will work just fine. Making a mess here. And so by adding this, it kind of just helps to keep your spine shape intact, I find. but it's not enough to make it super rigid or anything. I just find that it helps to work with your cover by doing this. So this will be the inside now. So that's kind of how that looks. I will be sewing all this together, so eventually that's what will happen there. Now I'm going to get my tacky glue. There we go. Because I'm going to... Oh, I don't know why I put my clips away. I need those. I just realized I don't know what kind of theme I want to do yet for this journal, which means I'm not quite sure what kind of fabric I want to use. So, I have a whole lot of choices to choose from on that. So, okay, now I'm gonna use some, what is this, batting, and we're gonna just cover our inside. Oh, you know what? I need to make sure and cut for the width. That's why I put those away. Okay, so I only need one of these really. So I know you guys can't see it super well. Actually, it'll help me to have both of these. Oh my goodness. Kitty, kitty cries. Okay, so that's where I want that to sit. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball about 1/8 of an inch beyond that. Now I can shut these up again. I'll just use one. And we'll keep those for until we're ready. So I'm going to line that up now on one of my grid lines and just rip that. Not too scientific here. Okay. Go ahead and make sure your spine is perfectly upright before you measure. And I just like to kind of count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So it's really this line here. Okay. And to be honest with you, it's not going to be 100% perfect anyway. By the time you add your fabric and all that other stuff. Okay, so now we've got a whole lot going on here. I'm going to go ahead and add some tacky glue in here so that this will stay shut. Because I don't really know what this stuff is. I'm hoping it's not bad, but you never really know. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of glue around the outside edges. And in the middle a little bit here. Okay. Kind of contain that just a little bit. And make a mess. I think it's about time to clean my surface again here. Just got glue all over. Ah, I'm just making it worse. Okay. Doesn't dry as fast as what I'm used to with the other more expensive glues. And this side seems to be better, but I'm going to go ahead and add some anyway. I'm going to use this glue because I don't want to mess around with. So now let's find some batting that will reach the full. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut another piece of that. I do think I'm gonna have to finish after I eat lunch because I'm kind of fading here. So all I'm gonna do is glue this down, and then cut around the extra around the edges if there's any. Nothing too fancy here, so. Okay, well I lined that up about perfect, and so now I'm just gonna cut away just slightly over our line here, so that when I do the fabric, we will, and then so we'll enclose all of this, so there's no way it's gonna you'll be able to see any of the packaging. You're just going to be able to hear it and feel it. I just like the feel of those. I think it's just super nice and yummy. So, alright guys, so that is essentially what the base of this journal is going to be. I'm going to go have myself some lunch, and then later I will come back and paste down the top part of this, and then I think next time we will work on, by then I'll have figured out what I want to do as far as a design and stuff. So I'll have some fabric picked out, and then we can finish that cover and sew it in, or I might just do that and tack it on at the end of this video. Either way, it's going to be a little bit edited, but it's time for me to go eat, so I will see you all soon. Bye.